You are in childcare, and so therefore you either have a preschool kindergarten or you have a childcare centre or something of that nature. This promotion is absolutely built for you, because can you imagine the fun you're going to have with this, whereby you are going to be saying to mums and dads, guess what, your children are now going to effectively be giving you a free holiday. And I'm the father of 6 and they're way too old for being in preschool these days, but they're millennials in their 20s. But we had 6 under 12 at one stage, and I know that we've given a fair whack of money to people like you, childcare centres. Now, guess what? It's a busy industry. I spoke at a convention not long ago in Sydney for the childcare industry, and the clear message that I got was that it's a very busy industry, where there might have been in days gone by 1 or 2 childcare centres per suburb. Now there could be 5 or 10. So, and why? Because it's obviously a very popular industry that's growing. But you are up against a lot of competition. It's a Me Too industry. A lot of the childcare centres, I'm sure you admit, despite the fact that you might think yours is so different, but a lot of them are Me Too's. They're very similar. And when you are in an industry that's a Me Too industry, you should be, as a business owner, looking for something that differentiates you except price. You don't want to be marketing your business on price. Nobody does, because we all know that once you start to price discount, it's a race to the bottom. Now what this does, it gives you the opportunity to have, let's call it a Happy Meal toy giveaway or incentive that can distinguish you really clearly from any other childcare centre or preschool. And how it would work is that for every day that somebody puts a child into your centre, you give them a certificate, a vacation certificate, okay? And when they save up X number of those vacation certificates, you can make that 10, you can make that 20, you can make that 30, whatever you want, they get a free holiday. So let's just say, for argument's sake, your daily rate was $100. I'm just picking a number, so don't take it literally. You might be $70, $80, you might be $120. Let's just say $100 was your daily rate for your preschool or for your childcare centre. And you have mum and dad putting little Tommy 3 days a week. So you're getting $300 from them. Now you might say, look, for every day that little Tommy comes to your daycare centre, okay, your childcare centre, you give the parents a vacation certificate. Now if you look on the back of this vacation certificate, there's a URL that they're invited to visit up the top, and then there's a unique code. Every certificate has a unique code, and that unique code is entered by Tommy's parents, and all of a sudden they've got one certificate that's been registered, or let's call it 1 point. And when they save up X number of points, you might choose that to be, for example, I don't know, 10, then they get a free holiday. So therefore they've spent 10 times $100 with you, and you are giving us $97 for this beautiful holiday. So you're giving us $97 for the holiday, but as a percentage of what they've spent, and that is $1,000, it's 10%. So you're turning what would be a 10% discount into a Happy Meal toy for adults, like on steroids. Simple as that. Now if you say, well, God, that's too easy, we want them to spend $2,000 with us to get the holiday, well that's fine. You just simply say, okay, for every day that someone puts their child under your care, they will get one of these vacation certificates. They should register that online, okay? So they don't have to get out any pens and papers when they're picking up little Tommy at the childcare centre. They simply get on their phone or their computer when they get home and register their unique code. And when they register, let's say, I don't know, 40 of those unique codes, which means is that, 20 of those unique codes, which means 20 times $100, that's $2,000 that they spent with you, you give them a free holiday. And in fact, I'd probably be tempted to head towards that way, because this is such a sensational thing. And I don't know what the average amount of days per week that Tommy would be in your care, but let's just say that, it might be 2 or 3 days a week. Then, either it'll become 5 days a week, like straight away, if they want their holiday quickly, or it'll stop them from ever thinking about churning. And you know what the meaning of churning means, and that is jumping from you to another daycare centre. I've had a few daycare centres in my private coaching program. We have a marketing business called the Institute of Wow.com, And a good portion of my income comes from providing consultancy to business owners, and I've had a number of childcare centres on, and a couple of ones who were upmarket, who was charging like more per day than perhaps the norm because they could. But then all of a sudden they had competitors come along dropping prices. So guess what they were tempted to do, and that is drop their price. And I convinced them not to, but to add value. In other words, provide an incentive. Nothing like this. This is relatively new to my world in terms of being able to partner with this travel company to put this promotion together. But we've been able to stop parents from looking at the price by giving away value add incentives. This one is the king of them. I've never seen anything like this in my life before. If you're worried about people leaving and going to a cheaper childcare centre or preschool, this is a good way to stop them bang in their tracks. So it's as simple as that. You might say, let's again do the maths. If it's $100 a day for you to look after a child, you might say, okay, well, you will get a point for every day that your child's here, because that's what the certificate's all about. You register that online, which means you have no paperwork at all. And then when you save 20 points, which means they've spent $2,000 with you, they get a free holiday. And then they can start all over again. Okay, so therefore there is a condition in this program that the one family can only take the holiday once a year, but they can start all over again and give the new holiday if they get a second holiday to a friend or relative or something like that. So therefore a work colleague, something like that. It's a juggernaut. It is an absolute juggernaut to keep customers sticky with you, or parents sticky with you. And it's also a juggernaut in getting them to hopefully put little Tommy in your daycare for a lot more often. It's as simple as that. You may even want to use it as a referral. You might say to any of your clients, listen, for every referral that they give you who books up for a certain amount of weeks, then you will give them an additional holiday. So you can use it as a referral system as well. If this is something you think will make you stand out, I'm pretty sure it will make you stand out big time and make more money for you, then you know what to do.